Hello, welcome to the video. Today we're going to make wood have the same durability as steel, obsidian, and gold, maybe combined even. So I actually have two methods to make wood stronger or have infinite HP in this case. The only limiting factor is lag, but we're going to talk about that later. So method 1 doesn't require scaling tool, just requires you to have wood. So place down a wood and then click law of gold. So right now this piece of gold wooden block has a law of HP, where you could just start with gold and stack a lot of gold inside because compact both can avoid more obstacles, which means more money. The only downside is you have to click a lot to delete them, but that's reasonable because there is a lot of blocks inside there. The second method is the method I prefer. It uses scaling tool, so you have to have the scaling tool in order to make this actually work. So you want to just scale the gold inside of the original one, and then just keep doing this over and over again. Another cool trick with the same mechanic is to make reinforced wood. Let's say you want to build some kind of wooden boat that looks good because it's wood, but you want it to be durable, so wood doesn't cut it in terms of durability. What you could do is just coat it in wood. You could do it without scaling tool if you want, but with scaling tool is much easier for the video, so I am going to use scaling tool. You could literally do this, and yeah, you have a piece of wood that's boosted in HP. You could do this, but sometimes that would glitch out and stuff. You add on to the fact that you could coat your wooden boat in gold is, if you have the screwdriver tool right here, you could actually make your job much easier. This time you can make it the same size, but what you do is you just make the transparency 100%. Pretty neat trick if you want to troll, make some kind of like 1 billion HP troll beginner boat if you want, but you wouldn't want a roof in this case. There's a catch though. If you put a lot of blocks, especially the one with texture like the rusted blocks, the obsidian, the diamond plate blocks, it's going to lag a lot. So you could optimize it by using like textureless blocks, something like that, or concrete. Actually, that has a concrete texture, it wouldn't work. Metal block will work because it doesn't have textures, so it's going to be less laggy in terms of lagginess, because the more blocks you stack, obviously the game will have to render more blocks, so your limiting factor is lag here. And now I'm going to make the smallest boat in the world. So what I'm going to do is stack a lot of gold blocks like normal, like what I said earlier. Okay, this is enough of gold blocks, and then I'm not going to move my camera because I need a seat as well, because you could stack any block inside, which means you could also stack stools or chairs. So this is the smallest boat you can make, though it might have some tipping issues because it's going to tip over, there's more weight on the top, but the golden block in the seat is actually going to survive a lot, because most of the rocks you can avoid in this case, because how small the boat is, the small profile avoids most of the rocks and stuff. But if you actually do get hit by something, you're going to have 1 million HP or something, like probably 1000 HP, because every gold block has 9 hit points. The more you put, the more HP you get, obviously in this case. So let's see how far we can make it on this one block condensed boat. As you can see right now, on the right side, I've survived halfway through the boat, and there's a guy with a wooden boat and the thing. Let's see who actually survives longer. Oh, he got flipped. Maybe, okay, he's getting flipped. So yeah, I'm surviving on this one piece of block. So because the block is small, the boat is smaller than the actual guy itself, so you're going to lose some body parts, and that's normal. As long as you don't die, you're fine. So I've actually made it 60% of the way to the end, but I got flipped because obviously the boat is a 1 block tile seat like this, which means it's no better in terms of flipping than a chair. And this is going to be the end of the video. If you like this type of content, consider subscribing, and see you guys in the future.